first question. How long have you stayed in China now?
About 3 months. 3 months, yeah.
Yeah, and what's your date you will come back to America?
December 20th. Well, maybe because I want to go to Hong Kong, and with my visa, I can stay up to 6 days or so in Hong Kong, but it's only a one-time visit. So let's say I go now, that means I have to leave, like from here back. So that's why I have to wait until like the very last day of the semester, just so I can go for like a couple days. But we'll see. Cause I lost my iPhone, meaning I have no way of connecting with everyone. So if I get lost,
You lost your iPhone?
yeah, and I haven't found it in like 3 weeks. So if I go there without a cell
will you
phone,
buy one in Hong Kong?
I don't know. I don't know.
And
Phones are so expensive, so I'm not really sure.
I know, but so you maybe will spend your Christmas in Hong Kong.
I'll spend maybe 2 days. That way, I'll get home just in time for Christmas.
Oh, okay, okay. And what do you think of China now?
I love it. Like, I know that when I leave, I'm going to miss it, just because like all the people I've met, like everyone, like the whole class, um, and then just like the nature aspect of it, because there's a lot of rural places. Meaning, like there's so many like trees, mountains. Like in America, you have to go to very certain. It just varies so much. Like where I live, there's like no mountains. It's all beach, sand, water. But I have to go like more west, like I usually northwest, just to get to the mountain regions.
So your home is in which state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know the there's some, and there's also many famous.
Yeah, I live in the most. I don't know if I'd say the most famous in New Jersey, but the most tourist attraction,
Yeah.
which is Cape May. Like anyone goes. I've had people from Wenzhou actually come
Yeah,
to my work.
a lot of.
Yeah.
They came to work maybe.
No, like they come for vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I work at a jet ski place in the summer. So do you know? I know some people don't know what jet skiing is.
Jet ski?
Yeah, it's like like a motorcycle. It's like a motorcycle, but only on the water. So it like sucks water in and then pushes it out to
Yeah,
move.
yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
like
have.
a board you are pushing and there's a,
Yeah, like you're just holding on.
yeah, yes.
So I've had people, oddly enough, from Wenzhou, because I asked them where they're from, and they'll come, stay for a week or two, and then go back here.
So they just came for vacation.
Yeah.
And I have known that you have been to several famous places in China, and like Guangzhou,
Yeah.
Shanghai, and so on. Which one do you prefer, or which do you like most?
I liked Guangzhou only for the fact, not only, but because I traveled by myself,
Yeah.
so I got to do everything I wanted to do. So I got to go, I think it was the Canton Tower, it was. Yeah, I went to the very,
How many floors?
oh, I don't even know. I think I was like 488 meters in the air, like, I think it was meters. Kilometers?
It can do the bungee, you know.
Oh, I didn't do that, I'm not crazy.
Okay.
But I went in a ball that circled around the entire building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having a heart attack. I was like, oh my gosh, if I want to leave this thing, I have to wait until it goes around the entire track. But there was that. I went to the zoo. Like, I think it's because I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoyed it more. But in terms of like community and just hanging out with like other exchange students, Beijing was the best because at the nighttime, that's when we had to do whatever we wanted. Like, of course, it was fine going to all these different locations with like our tour guide and like knowing of the history of Beijing and Chinese culture, but I think being able to bond and like really be within like the nightlife and youth culture of China, it was very interesting.
So you travel around in the nightlife with your friends there?
Yeah, we didn't even know where we were going. We just went. We asked the lady at the front desk, and they said go north. So I pulled out my compass and I said, all right, we're gonna go north.
Yeah.
And eventually we found something. So it was fun.
And what's your overall opinion about each big city?
I would say people were definitely right when they were talking about Guangzhou. It's definitely a mix between like Beijing and Shanghai. I would say that if those two came together, they would make Guangzhou. But my opinion on them, very busy all the time, and I guess there's a reason for it. Just because I noticed in those areas, I didn't feel very. I don't want to say special, but around here, you don't see many Westerners.
Yeah.
It's mostly just like native Chinese people.
Yeah.
Whereas when you go to these other areas, it's so populated with us
Yeah.
that it's not really special. It's just kind of all right. It's nice in a way. I don't have to be like hello everyone. Like
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah. And I want to make sure what your major is.
Graphic design,
Yeah. Yeah.
advertising.
Advertising.
Yeah. So I want to be an art director when I graduate.
Art director.
Yeah. So it's like, whereas graphic design merely.
So what do you think about this major about its content? Can you tell more about?
Yeah. For graphic design, a lot of it is the fundamentals, like being able to understand like artwork and make like your own unique pieces from that, like draw inspiration from like all different mediums. Like for graphic design, there's so many different styles you can work with. So I think just being able to like use hierarchy like between like your images, your copy, your headlines, everything, and then also just being able to make a piece that someone can relate to. So let's say I have like a jar of honey, right, and then a bear. You're instantly relating like the bear to the honey. But the same sense, you can relate the honey to like the sweetness of it,
Yeah.
the texture of how like stringy it is. Like you start getting all these past memories about it. So that's graphic design, like making the actual piece. Whereas art direction is pulling the emotion out of it.
Yeah.
So being able to bring those memories into the game. So again, relating like, oh, I remember I had honey when I was 3 years old, and it was my first taste. My mother was around, yada yada yada. Just bring past circumstances.
So it's also includes something innovations.
Yeah, it's all innovative, and it's all about like being progressive and trying to find the newest way of doing something, because in design, you can only copy something for so long until it's old and becomes a trend. But being able to create a unique piece that not only provides a movement but relates to someone, I think is very, very powerful.
Yeah, and you need to be creative to find some.
Yes and no. I think anyone can be creative.
Yeah.
The only thing with graphic design is it's about, when it comes to the actual design part, you can be as creative as possible, but it's about being able to actually create it. Because if, let's say, you and I are both equally creative, but I know the program's a lot better than you, my piece will come out stronger than yours, but it was the same idea. So I think with graphic design, it's not more about creativity, it's more about being able to present your work
Yeah. Oh.
in a creative manner.
The expression way.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have known that you said you are working with your job with a resume, a job application.
Yeah.
What about that? How's it going now?
With it, mine will be a lot different. You're computer science, right?
No.
No, you're computer science. You're global.
Finance.
I thought you were global business.
Global business finance.
Okay. Oh, okay. So my resume is gonna be totally different than yours,
Yeah.
because people on my end, they only really care about my work, and if they want to investigate more, then they can figure out like where I've worked at. So far, I'm working on internships in New York, like trying to get those. So I've been already started to look into those.
You have done the internship or you are going?
Not yet. I'm working on it to where I was halfway promised an internship in New York to where.
You have received a offer or?
Yeah, like I've received an offer more along the lines of I went to a networking session basically for only interns, but I wasn't an intern when I went. I just happened to know the organization that was hosting it, and they invited me. So when I went, there was this one agency I've been looking into, communicated with, emailed a whole bunch of times. I didn't know they were going to be there, but they were. The same people so I think it's fate in a way, telling me I'm going to work there. So I talked to them, and they told me in front of about 15 other interns trying to talk to them. They shooed them all away and said, oh, hey, John, like, knew me by name, shook my hand, and told me that we look forward to seeing you in the summer, aka working for them.
Yeah.
So I think as long as I keep working on my portfolio and showing them that I'm passionate about what I'm doing, then I'll get the job. And especially just gaining connections.
Yeah, and you know the president, the Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has some new policy that it may be some disadvantages for our Chinese students to get a job because he said he preferred to use native workers. Yeah,
Um,
in advance. So what do you think about this? This
I don't really agree with it just because I think a lot of people lose the message of what America is.
yeah, yes.
America is a melting pot, you know, like it's, or I
Democratic.
guess it all depends on how you look. You could call it a salad bowl or a melting pot. Melting pot meaning that we all come together, we're all one unit. Salad bowl meaning we're all from different cultures, but we live within the same bowl. So like we're all lettuce, tomato,
Like
cucumber,
the
whatever.
left and right.
No, just all one big community. That's what America is. Um, what happened is it started being progressively white, I guess you could say, uh, from the European countries, because that's where we all came from. And that leads back to exactly what I said before, how we're losing that message. None of us are from America, except for the Native Americans, which are Indian people living in that time. So I think because of the white culture, white supremacy, and all of everything leading behind that, that's where people have this message of, oh, only white people live in America. Like when you think of American, what is your first thought?
The receive more experience.
But I mean, like, what is like your typical American look like?
They look like
Yeah,
white.
exactly. So that's what people refer to as like white America and everything, is because white people assume that America should all be white, but yet we all come from different countries. Um,
But we can stay together.
yeah, exactly. So I think with his statement, um, saying that he doesn't agree with other ethnicities gaining jobs in our country or people out of the country, he says that he wants to strengthen the ties between China and here, but he doesn't want to offer jobs to them. It doesn't really rely on him. He can't tell a business whether or not they can work for them. It's up to the business themselves. He can't pass a law saying, by the way, no more Chinese people can work at so and so's agency. So I don't think you guys have anything really to worry about. If anything, you have the upper hand. Like especially for global business. If you're trying to work somewhere, and it happens to be a global business, and they want to have relations with China because our connection is so strong, we use you guys for trade and whatever else. That's only going to make you stronger then because you speak English and you speak Chinese and you live here. So I think if you were to get a job in the U.S., it would only benefit you, not really, you know. Don't ever I would say always do your own research when you're doing things, just because whatever the president say isn't always law. He has to go through so many different sectors.
But it surely will make some sense because because of its status maybe.
Yeah. I would think morally along. Like, I don't think you would struggle within getting a job. I think the only struggle that you would really go through is just people, because you have people in America who think, oh, you're not from America, then why don't you leave? But my thing is, you're working, you're paying your taxes, you know, you're there legally, so you have being from another country coming in, especially from China coming in. There's so many regulations you have to go through, like getting your visa, your green card, whatever, that you're paying much more than the typical American has to pay for just to be there as it is. So for them to say that, I think that's the only struggle you're really gonna have to face, is just ignorant people.
So you mean the friend is the most important source maybe?
Yeah, I would say running into you're gonna run into a lot more friendly people than you are ignorant and disrespectful people. But it's those disrespectful people that you're gonna remember more than likely more than those nice people, just because what they say will resonate a lot more than with you.
That's all fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it?
Yes.